Oh, sorry, ladies. Hey, what's up? What's up, Troy?
What's going on?
Hey, I am here at the Paisley Park studio in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Oh,
So,
word?
yeah,
Yeah.
when I say it's so dope,
You,
it's
you, you, you getting your prints on?
so what? When I say it is absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna let y'all see it from the background. Can y'all see it?
Yeah.
So this is the part. So yeah, so we get
What
it's
that
a
like?
pool.
What all can you do there?
Oh, I mean, you see everything. Like the first part, like going to the end, then you get to use your cameras. But for the first part of the tour, when I say we got to see all the different studios that he was in, we got to that he was jamming in. You got to see all his records, his shoe collection, his designer collection. It was amazing.
Hey guys, how you guys doing today?
Okay, there we
It's
go.
absolutely amazing out here. I mean, if you ever
All
get a
right,
chance
that's dope.
to Minnesota, you have to stop by. It is
That's cool.
emotional. They have tissue everywhere. I'm telling you, as a fan, as a musical person, this is incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing. So we had, you know, I had to put my paisley coat on. You know, I had to put my paisley.
Hey, there's a lot of people there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to see if I can turn it around so you can see it. Uh,
Can you hear me, Troy?
okay, let me go to
Yeah, I can
set.
hear you.
Okay.
Yo, that's what's up. I would love to go there.
Hey, y'all get on the motorcycle?
Yes, we did.
Take a
Yes.
picture?
This is where he used to jam out. Something I want to say too before I let you go, to be honest, and I know they need so much everybody. There's so much around the world. Not building.
So they got set up like a studio?
It look like a stage or something.
Yeah.
As I am. So thank you so much, everybody. So I hope you all can see everything.
Yeah, we can see it.
Woo woo!
Hey, do they have like Prince impersonators doing like shows and stuff?
Hey, what you say?
Do they have like Prince impersonators doing like shows and stuff?
No, they don't have no person. This is his actual Paisley Park studio where he built before he passed away. So
Oh,
it
okay.
has all his memorabilia. It has all his guitars. It talks about Purple Rain. And did y'all know in 1985 when they first with Darling Nikki, he was the first artist to actually put the censor label, explicit label. It came from Darling Nikki.
Nah, I
So
ain't know that.
yeah, I didn't know it either. So it shows all his history of his.
I thought it was NWA.
No, so yeah, so it shows all his designer. He had 5 different designers throughout his entire life, and he has a collection of his shoes, and it is just absolutely. So we're at the very end of the tour. Okay,
How long is the tour?
90 minutes.
Oh, okay.
How much it cost? If you
It
don't
is
mind.
$85, and then there's
$85?
100. Yeah, and there's a 3-hour tour that you'll get to see other acts. You know, like the whole entire tour. Now I want to come back and see the whole entire tour. So now we're in the gift shop now.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
it's two different tours?
Yes, it is.
What's the difference?
The difference is we were in a 90-minute tour. We're a 90-minute tour, and then the tour that we have available is a 3-hour tour, and it's $160, but it gives you the whole entire tour of his Paisley Park. I mean, when I say it's amazing, if you were to have a lover of you, that was for me. You know,
Breaking up, Tanya.
who he was.
You breaking up. You breaking up.
Yeah, it looked like she froze up. So I think on that bonus tour you might be able to get
Okay.
you there now?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
I hope they got.
Yeah.
I hope they got a
Yes.
purple.
Can you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
So
can
we're in
hear
the
you.
gift shop now. So you can see some of the gifts that they have available.
Oh, okay.
So remember this? Remember that album? Man,
Yeah, that's
like
sweet.
you ain't gonna never forget. Like, listen, this is when we first talked about.
Okon trying to get in, Bob.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, me put him in.
Yeah, what time you put him
Okay.
in? Because I don't know. It's screwy down here, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him in. Okay, he's at it.
All right, guys. So I'm
So
outside of
he's
Paisley
outside.
Park. So I'm gonna show. I have the camera backwards. So I'm showing you the entire Paisley Park, so you can see.
So Okon is showing you the grounds of the studio.
Yep, this is the outside.
I'm gonna turn it around so y'all can see also. So can y'all see a lot of the? Are we frozen or we're okay?
I can
No, you
see.
good?
Okay. So yes, everybody just in here now, just shopping and
Yeah,
So
the Paisley
is this
Park.
downtown or on the outskirts of town?
It's about 30 minutes outside of Minneapolis, close to like Eden Prairie, Minnesota, close to Edina. Yes, it's on Highway 252. Sorry, 252. That's where it's at.
Okay.
But yes, for those watching, Paisley Park is it's really beautiful. So if you haven't had a chance to visit, you should. It's really something that will bring your musical taste to life. It's absolutely different. How you guys doing? Let me see if I can. You mind if I ask you a question or two? Huh?
Mhm.
Hold on one second. Let's turn this on. Want to take a picture real quick? Okay.
so yeah, so it's been a great experience. So this was like one of the national, I guess, national memorials and experiences that people who come, they travel from all around the world to come and visit. So we met somebody from South Dakota. They got Arizona that's here. I mean, it is everywhere.
Yes, you got people from international that are here. So the day that he died, which was April, I believe 2019. I'm sorry, 2019, 2016 is when he died. Um, Outside of the Target Center where we are for the game, they had thousands of people gathered outside, especially First Avenue. So First Avenue was where um, his first performers was at. That's where he first gained his popularity. So a lot of people were outside of the Target Center on First Avenue to really enjoy um, his music. So right now I'm taking you to the back of Paisley Park. So when you first drive up, you gotta go to the other entrance because the exit is over there. So that's where it's at. So
That's
so
cool, man.
when you first walk in, you gotta go up there.
I'll go on a Paisley Park Purple Coupon Day because I ain't paying $100 to get that. I'll wait for Paisley Park Purple Coupon Day to pay a discounted price.
But Troy, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm one of those cheap people, but I'll be honest with you. The $120 is worth it.
I believe it. I love Prince.
It's not just the money, it's the architecture, it's the picture, it's the it just tells you, it brings you back to the days where your mom and dad would play Prince or play those kind of music in the back. It really brings you back.
Right.
That's cool. That's cool.
They have like the tambourines, and I mean, it's just again, it is a amazing tour. But yeah, they have 3 different tours. That's on www.paisleypark.com. You can just
Yes.
get online, and you come to Minneapolis, you can come and be a part of the tour experience. So now you can see, yes, Okon is on the bottom.
You breaking up?
Am I breaking up?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna go outside so that you can see it. All right, so we're gonna, come on back. We're gonna drop off, and then we're gonna come back and let y'all start the show. And because I just wanted to make sure you got a little piece of where we were at today, and then we'll jump back on and talk a little bit more about the women's Final Four and what we have seen since we've been in Minneapolis. What's up? What's up, Cyber Dog?
Can't hear you.
How are you today? My bad, I was muted. How are you all today?
Good. What's up, bro?
Oh, good, bro. How's Minneapolis? I saw what you're saying. It looked like it's a nice time. Like the weather is good in Minneapolis today.
Look like it's nice.
Right. So we hope all is well there with you. Thank you for the gear. Love it. SportzKelz, Sports Wine.
Hey, I'm gonna do a costume change, but I gotta fly my colors today.
Hey, you got to roll. Your boys in the Final Four, man. Shoot, which was unexpected. So,
Unexpected.
Hey,
I got to fly the colors.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Tanya.
Okay, fellas.
I got the cut.
All right. Fellas, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's much better. All right, well, fellas, look, let's get it rolling. So today is a big day in the sports world. We got the women's NCAA final championship that's gonna go down, I believe, tomorrow. Well, no, it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, and then the men square off the day to get it finalized for their championship. So it's big day in the sports world as far as the college scene. As usual, we got the NFL going, and other stuff in the community world with the slap heard around the world. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and get things running, and let's get this party started.
Great, thank you there, sir. Happy to be back on the show this week. A few things going on right now in the world of sports, as you know. The women's Final Four, the men's Final Four start tonight. We got a matinee game going on right now with between the New York Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Not really no playoff implications, but on the Cavaliers side, they're fighting for positioning for the playoffs in the East.
Yes, sir.
But the talk of the week, as I did list in the topics of things I wanted to talk about, was the slap heard around the world on Sunday night in the Oscars, as everybody know, have heard or seen. Will Smith was Chris Rock was doing a monologue or a bit between the presenters of the next award, and had a few shots at Jada Pinkett. She didn't like it, obviously, and her husband didn't like it, so he went on stage for the first time in history, and where the tape delay did not work, he slapped Chris Rock across the face. Now, a lot of times everybody thought that was staged. I just thought, you could tell when a man has snapped.
He slapped him in the August.
Exactly. But you know what, man? After a man getting slapped, for him to still laugh like Chris Rock, I think he was so shocked that happened that he really his stage presence took over at that time. You know, he as they say in the entertainment world, he let the show must go on, and he played on into it the best he could. And so I'm gonna leave it up to you. I'm gonna start with you, Troy. When you first saw it, what was your initial reaction?
I was telling Bob earlier that, you know, I've never watched the Oscars from ever. Sunday was the first time I ever watched the Oscars from start to finish, which is usually a no-go because I don't do no award show. I don't do the Source Awards, the BET Awards. I usually don't. I usually just watch the highlights on the next day on YouTube or something like that. I don't never get into the award show. It's just not my bag. I watched the show because my wife was like, you know, we need to watch the show. It's gonna be a Black production, and they're gonna have Beyonce on it, and blah blah blah. Beyonce kicked it off with a good rendition of, you know, whatever, you know, the song for the movie King Richard, and that was pretty dope. But you know, the host, you know, the three women that was hosting, Wanda Sykes, was it Amy Schumer? Was it Amy Schumer? Yeah. And Regina Hall, I think they did pretty good. You know, initially when I first saw what happened, I thought it was staged because I had to rewind. Well, my wife had to rewind a couple of times because I was like, that ain't real. I guess and then when I saw it, you know, when I heard they muted it, when they muted what he was saying on when it was happening live, I was like, oh, somebody must be cussing. And sure enough, you know, that's when your boy was saying, you know, keep your wife's name out, keep my wife's name out your mouth, blah 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 blah, whatever,
blah 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 blah.
Yeah, so I didn't think it was real at first, but turns out it was real. I think he was dead wrong. The joke was just okay. It wasn't even that bad of a joke for him to react like that. I just think that he got some internal demons that came out on a 57-year-old, 150-pound man that he knew he can get that off with, to be 100% honest with you. Because technically, Chris Rock, you know, Chris Rock should be suing him, really? Get all that money? He could. Yeah. He's laying low right now. You know, I don't know what he's going to think. He probably still in shot.
Right. He on tour right now.
Yeah, if he would have smacked, now he would.
His ticket prices has gone up.
Yeah.
Because of this.
Now Will would have smacked me. I'm not Chris Rock, but if he would have smacked me on that stage, Will would have got that work, and that work would have just been some work. It'd have been slaverish because I would have been beaten. They wouldn't have went back to the Oscars. It would have went back to your regularly scheduled program because it would have been bad. It would have been a bad scene, and nobody really comforted Chris Rock. They ain't even wanted to see like how he felt. They was all like up on Will, like, how are you? How you doing? What you mean? How he doing? He ain't the one to be covered. He just smacked a motherfucker. Oops, my bad. He just smacked somebody on national TV. He okay. They went over the show and gave him an award.
I mean, so, I'm with you a little bit, man. I mean, when I first saw it, and I'm gonna get back to your statement, because I want you to finish up. Just to go back on that initial reaction when you first see it, you like, oh man, black.
Skit. I thought it was a skit.
You thought it was a skit?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I kind of knew that was real, man, because Chris Rock's reaction was one of those reactions that I know he's a good actor, but he ain't a great actor. Okay? I mean, it was just like, wow. Will Smith smacked the shit out of me. Like,
after I watched it twice, or when I got to the third time, my wife, she was like, "That's real." I was like, "Oh yeah, that might be real." Then when they started showing Will Smith talking about, keep my wife's name out your mouth, and she was cussing. That's why I was like, oh, he for real.
He was for real, man. So
he dead wrong though. To be honest with you,
man.
this is what I think should happen.
But not everybody's 50-50 about it. I mean, there's a lot of folks
there ain't
on
no
Will's side. There's a lot of folks on Chris Rock's side, and a lot of folks justifying what Will was doing. I mean, like I'm speaking to my wife, she's telling me, well, Chris Rock been going at Jada all this time, and I'm like, well, yeah, but then they bought that when they signed up to be in that career as an entertainer. That's just part of it. Even the Kardashians, they say, hey, they only wanted to prevent certain things from coming out, but because you're already a celebrity and you are a reality TV, whatever, you're out there in the wide open. You out there, your business in the open. Then, in my opinion, Jada has this show. I guess this show, she airs a lot of her dirty laundry or whatever. I mean, that's a lot.
It go both ways. You can't air your dirty laundry, and then when somebody says something about it on national TV, you react like that. Come on, bro. You can't do that. You can't talk about entanglements. You can't talk about how Will can't put it down in the bedroom. You said that to Gwyneth Paltrow on your Red Table Talk, like, oh, Will don't be putting it down in the bedroom. I'm not satisfied with him. Well, damn, you can't joke about that. And then you gonna take that reaction? That's just weak to me, bro.
And then there's a man who she done already got his mind messed up, where he feels maybe inadequate in certain ways to her, that he can't really please her, and yet though he sit there and he listens to a joke, he laughs initially.
Yeah,
she rolls her eyes. Yeah, man, that's
you can't do that, bro.
That's bad. That's a toxic relationship. And, a lot of folks have lost a lot of things in life over something that seemed to be small at the time. I think right now he said he resigned from the Oscars. It's going to have adverse.
Which don't mean nothing. What that mean? You already got your award. Who cares?
Nothing.
Go ahead, Bob.
But look, my opinion on this is he brought this on himself, signing up for the love trial. And he could handle it. Once it got talked in his face, and this red table he got going on, she need to put the plug on. She didn't care about him. She need to put the plug on it. I mean, like Corey said, why you throw our line on the table about me not satisfying this section? If it's that big of an issue, then go get the paperwork out. We go our way. But I'm talking for this whole thing, signing on to look at their positions. If you're not mentally strong enough to handle that criteria, you put yourself in. And then the next thing is, on her behalf, she wants Tupac, which ain't gonna happen. And
she want Tupac back.
Book out, and I want to read the section of the book that he got a chapter talking about Tupac with detail out of. But hey, if you go through things at this stage of life with your wife, you need to pick her up. Because that's crazy. And you drop yourself inside. And then fall rock up, buddy, I would want to tell another joke in life because I'm going to be your new wife. I'm taking half of your business.
I'll be getting his royalties, everything, all the movie royalties, everything. You know how you got to pay child support? I have something in my contract called slap support. Like I want everything that you make on the back end after you make it, and I want the residuals. I want everything. You got to pay me monthly for the rest of your life.
From a slap?
Yes. Dude,
bro,
look, I would change my name. Yes. My name would be changed to Chris Smith. Because I'm going to be your new dude and I'm going to be your father.
Chris Rock did him a favor. He could have just told the LAPD to come arrest him on his biggest night. He didn't. So you didn't do that. So at least, give me that paper.
Well, then another thing is he can sue the Oscar for not having security. And I would rather say,
I mean, they probably didn't need it because they didn't think that fool was gonna get up and slap somebody.
don't make that liar.
But
It's
security,
Dave Chappelle's fault, man. It's Dave Chappelle's fault, that joke he did about Rick James.
Oh, stop it.
You know, these kids be watching all that shit. What the five fingers say to the face?
hey, Rick James, he was cool with that joke. If you see him at the Rick James at them awards, he was like, "What's my name? I'm Rick James, bitch." He used to say it at the awards, everything. Rick James was cool with it. And another thing, to be honest with you, I didn't even know that Jada Pinkett had alopecia. You know what I mean? And another thing is, if she had alopecia, I just thought that's just how she was rocking her hairstyle. She looked good like that. The way her hairstyle is, man, her hairstyle
It's
looks
all
great.
about this. To me, it's all about control, man. It's all about control. Where she got control over this dude on his biggest night. You know what I'm saying? She could have been like, "Hey, babe, where you going? What you doing? Chill out."
No,
she didn't do that, did she?
That ain't her.
She almost encouraged him to go up there and make a fool out of himself. Now, what about if Chris Rock did a sidestep and caught him on the chin? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Because that's what I would have did.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say this.
How ugly would that been to America? Now, let's think about African Americans. I was thinking about, you know, Hattie McDaniels, who played
Mammy.
Yeah, and Mammy and you know, Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind.
And she couldn't, when she received the award, I don't think she could sit up front. She wasn't allowed to sit up front. I know
she couldn't even go up and give her speech.
Right. So, I mean, to see where, you know, black, you know, African Americans, and we come so far to have a African American produce the Oscars, to have something like this, I ain't gonna say it set black people back or African American, but it's just still kind of like, you know, even on that level, you expect an amount of class and decorum out of individuals who amass so much in their lives than to settle. I mean, because in my opinion, you know, he would have looked so much bigger if he would, after the show, I hate to even say, got into a tussle with Chris or a shouting match.
So, Neil, you thinking he should get an Oscar back?
Nah, man, he earned the Oscar, man.
Oh,
that was his work. That was he won that fair and square for his role as Mr. Williams. You don't think he do? I mean,
I feel that he should get an Oscar to Chris Rock, because Chris Rock had the best performance, because he kept the show going after getting smacked on national TV. It could have ended up real different. Look, Chris Rock had the best performance I've seen in any movie in the past 10 years. He got smacked on national TV and kept the show going.
I mean, but you know, Mr. Rock.
Will Smith should be able to just be like, "Here, man, you actually deserve this Oscar. I smacked the shit out of you on national TV, and you kept the show going, and you kept it funny. You got the Oscar, bro."
Hey, I give you that. That's funny, man, but that's true. But I think Will Smith role he played as Richard Williams, I mean, he won it fair. Now, granted, he may not ever be at another Oscar award show for the rest of his life. But I think as far as the civil suits that's going to come out of this, and Chris Rock is a man that got money, so he got to think what is the best way, how it's going to affect him and his brand. You know, maybe not to do anything, maybe just to have a comedy show and, you know, let it all out and get paid for doing it. So
I can't speak on Will Smith if he should have won an Oscar or not, because I didn't watch any of the movies that was up for Academy Award. I didn't see King Richard or any of the movies.
Right.
The only performance I saw was how Chris Rock handled getting slapped on national TV, because it could have ended up 10 times different than it did.
Oh, no doubt.
Look, I'm going to say this. As far as the Academy goes, they need to get the ball, knock on his door, get that fucking board back. because that was the same as the race for everybody across the board. And as everybody, my friend goes, they think that we shouldn't be on that platform. As a black community, shouldn't be on that platform. So the academy step up, put their big pants on, get that award. Do a report on that particular award. Don't give it to nobody. You straight yourself that night with your accent, because you come up in a love triangle and you came in. So if I was going to I'm getting real money, I'm getting the money, and I'll be done. I wouldn't speak on another, I wouldn't speak on the ball, but the academy needs to get some big hands on and take that award. That ain't no different than somebody that had a trophy because they didn't pay on the side. So what's the difference? Nothing at all. So you get that award and put your big boy pants on, Mr. Cap.
Right. Well, I thank you, Mr. Kelly. I knew you would say something like that, and I think you was actually, you right on with that, man. But I feel that he's done enough work, and it had nothing to do with the slap. What he got the Oscar for had nothing to do. He could not even shown at the award show, and he still would have won. So I mean, yeah.
If I would have ran, if I run onto the field in Cleveland Brown Stadium and smack the shit out of Baker Mayfield and say you a garbage quarterback because you so garbage, I'm gonna smack the shit out of you, which I would love to do. What you think gonna happen to me?
You gonna get arrested.
Exactly.
You gonna get arrested, and they gonna take you in jail.
Exactly.
Yeah, you'll be there for a minute. If you get on the field.
Now I'm sure some Cleveland fans will bail me out because they thought that that's what they wanted to do anyway. But if a regular human being like me, if we was at the bowling alley and somebody got a strike and they was up in my face like, man, I got this strike on you, you suck, and I smacked the shit out of him, I'm getting escorted out of whatever lanes I'm in.
That's true.
If I was at Rocket Mortgage House, Rocket Field Mortgage, Cleveland basketball, right, and one of the players accidentally knocked the beers out of my hand and I smacked the shit out of him, I'm going to jail. So Will Smith act like a fucking Karen. You know what I mean? That privileged shit. That's what he did. He acted like he was a damn.
It was Chris Rock, man. Chris Rock. He knew it shouldn't even been on Chris Rock.
He knew who to smack. You think he would have smacked 50 Cent like that? You think he would have smacked The Rock like that?
Nope.
Nah, he didn't.
He probably wouldn't even smack Bradley Cooper like that. He knew who the hell to smack. Will, I'd have worked Will so bad it would have been medieval what I would have did to him. I'm telling the damn truth. I'm keeping it 100 with you. It would have been bad.
Well, to keep it real, the only person that I can say that I gave personal how they the matter, Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp said he would beat the brakes off of Will Smith. He said one of us would have got caught out of it. And everybody else, Bourbon, go backstage, and which he should have went backstage and had a But if you don't step up like a man backstage, you deserve what you got. And Sharp will be the forward. I agree with you 100%.
I got some boundaries, Neil. I got boundaries. Every man got a boundary. Everybody's different. You slap me, you spit on me, you call me the N-word, and you ain't the same melon as me. And coming up in fourth place is if you snatch something out my hand, I'm gonna work you, bro. I ain't gonna think twice about it.
I don't think you're not saying nothing that most men though. Everybody knows.
I ain't gonna think twice about it.
To slap a man is a low. It's almost like over in I want to say Kuwait when that guy took his shoe off and threw it at Bush. If y'all remember.
That was the most that was hilarious.
Now,
I wish he would have connected.
Now, over there, that's the same as everything you just said. Calling somebody the N-word, spitting on somebody.
Yeah.
Take the shoe off of somebody, throw it at them. That's pretty low in every culture.
No, you snatched something out of my hand. Bob, we had this conversation a few hours ago, remember?
Yeah.
Bob ain't even. Hey, we was at Top Golf. Bob ain't even know it was about to go down. We was at Ty's event, and I was in the wrong. I illegally smuggled some beer, some liquor at Top Golf. I don't care. I didn't want to pay them daggone prices. I still bought some of their food. Man, they had the whole damn. Man, the manager came to me and was like, "You can't be drinking that beer in Top Golf. You can't drink that beer here." I'm like, "It's my beer." He's like, "You can't bring it in here." I said, "Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I still spent money with you. I still spent like $40, $50 with you just on food. And I still bought you your little beer. But I just bought my own beer and liquor. Just, that's just how I do."
Right.
I was in the wrong. I could completely understand that, but he snatched the beer out my hand, bruh. That I saw, man. My wife was like, "Just please don't do it. Just please don't do it, because that's a boundary." You know what I mean? I said it was my fault. I apologize, and you still went the extra mile to be a bitch about it. Then he was about to get that work at Top Golf. I'm telling you, Bob. You remember? Bob remember the day. He just don't remember what was about to happen, because my wife was playing mediator in the background, making sure that I didn't go off and work this dude. And I didn't. He called the cops was all running around our table and shit. I was like, "Man, you a bitch over a damn beer that I bought from the outside, and I still spent money with you. You serious? It's that serious? Okay." Some stuff was just not that serious. That's my whole point. That joke that Chris Rock said to Jada Pinkett about G.I. Jane 2, and she looked good with short hair, and I didn't even know she had alopecia, and Chris Rock is on record saying he didn't know that she had alopecia. Man, you got played by your wife on national TV. Right. You've been getting played by your wife in the media for the past 8 months to a year on the Red Table Talk about having entanglements with your son's best friend, telling Gwyneth Paltrow you can't put it down in the bedroom, and now he just can't take it. Now you just can't take it. Where was that energy at when she was doing all that Red Table Talk shit? You got played, bro. Everybody, and this is gonna be a stain on your career. It's gonna be a stain on your career. No doubt. Everybody gonna know you got played on national TV by your bitch over a damn Chris Rock joke. You smack Chris Rock, bro. That's like smacking Pookie in New Jack City. You serious, bro?
Don't smack that crack pipe out of Pookie hand.
Pookie from New Jack City.
Yeah. You smack that crack pipe out of Pookie hand. You got some problems.
He knew the right person to smack. Like I said, he knew the right person to smack. He wouldn't even did that to, like I said, he wouldn't even do that to Brad. Let's imagine if he did that to one of them white folks up there.
Well, it's been over. He would have went to jail. It wouldn't even ask. They wouldn't even ask. They just
oh my God.
They say, "Sir, no, you can't stay. No speech."
Oh my God.
Out.
That night, yeah, he didn't. If you get a call from somebody white, he still got it.
All right, man.
I don't have no respect. At the end of the day, I don't have no respect for that. So I'm good.
Cool. All right, we're moving on. We're moving on. One more topic here. The Lakers. LA Lakers.
I'm loving it.
What are their chances of making it? AD came back. He dropped 30 last night. LeBron threw out 37. They still lost.
Yes, loving it.
Played tonight against the Denver Nuggets.
Lost.
So, what's y'all take on the Lakers? I'm gonna start with you, Kelly.
Well, my take on the Lakers is, I'm gonna say this is all LeBron's fault. He built this crew shit, and he jump off so bad he can take it. But my thing is him, dude, you just need to bite the bullet. Don't sit out the games the rest of the season. I'm going to rest my ankle, whatever. Just go ahead and get this season over with and rock the sunset. And start a new, let your son get drafted, which I'm not saying that. Because I think his son is up that in my opinion. talk about that another day, another topic. But the Lakers, let's go ahead and put a fork in up next time.
Troy.
Cool. Hey Bob, your audio a little choppy. It's over for them, man. As the resident Laker fan on the podcast, man, it's just sad to watch, bro. It's just a sad situation. LeBron's only playing to get the scoring title at this point. They don't care about the playoffs. He got to play 3 games by the end of the season to get the scoring title, and that's just what he's going to do. He dropped 36 or 38 last night. He got to average 31 or 32.2 points a game for the next 2 games to get the scoring title. He don't care about nothing else. If they get in the play-in game, they're gonna get bounced anyway. It just don't matter. Just let it be over with. It's just a wrap.
Well, he should get scoring time because 50 games ain't showing up on the bone for me. So I think they need to do guys that bump that up to about 65 or 68 games to be entitled to get the scoring time. So that's another asterisk in my book for the glorious LeBron James. And your thoughts, Cyber Dog?
Well, you know what, man? I like to see him get in just to stir shit up. But to your point, they got to win some games. They got like 6 left before. Yeah, we in April. This is April 2nd today. I think they
Bro,
got.
they lost to the Pelicans at home.
Yeah, they lost to the Pelicans at home.
They lost to the Pelicans at home last night.
They got like
to go
2 more
to Denver. They got to go to Denver today. And who gonna stop Jokic? They don't have nobody on the team to stop him.
Now, hey, let's stop right there. Is he the MVP?
Yes.
Or Giannis?
The only reason why they're not saying anything about Jokic right now is because of their record. Because they like 6 or 7 in the West Division. Giannis, he didn't came up. He's balling right now. Embiid, if it was me to give the award away, if I had a vote, I'm voting for Jokic. That's just me because he's averaging like 40 points a game right now.
Kill.
Well, I'm about to go with Giannis after his performance the other night. He snatched the car keys out there at valet parking, and he drove down the street 95 miles per hour. But you standing there with your hands up in the air saying, "Come back." So Giannis is right now.
I think, you know what, man? I think somebody else probably should win it. Somebody that's played, other than, that's hard to say. Giannis got a big push. Giannis got the ability, because right now, from what I'm understanding, is Jokic clearly, they say it's not even close. But if Giannis somehow or another get those guys that first seed, I don't know. It's hard to say he's not the best, the MVP if the Bucks repeat. But I know that the award is given for it has nothing to do with postseason. It's a regular season award. So in the regular season, you got to look at Jokic, Embiid, for what Embiid has done in the regular season for the Philadelphia 76ers. That's hard. It's hard to say he's not in the top. But if I had to say, I think I'm going to go with Troy. I think Jokic. I think from the tip of the season to right now,
bro, he's
been pretty.
He's averaging 10 assists a game with like 10 or 12 rebounds. He's almost averaging a triple-double.
So he's been pretty consistent.
He's a 7-footer. He be coming down on a break, running the break.
So, ain't gonna get to it. I'm telling you, it's gonna come down to Giannis getting it, and as far as that goes, it's gonna boil down to the fan of it, and everybody let it be honest on the football. So get ready for it. Let's head back to Milwaukee.
I think Jokic should get it, but I really think they're probably gonna give it to Embiid because Giannis had it twice. Jokic had it last year, didn't he? Didn't Jokic get it last year? Jokic had it last year, right?
No, I thought Giannis got it last year.
Giannis
Well, who had a year before him? Was it Jokic had a year? Has Jokic never won it?
I don't think he's never won it.
Oh,
No, he's never won it.
I don't know, man. I'm going with Jokic. I think they'll give it to Embiid.
Embiid, man. Embiid. The Sixers. They
Because of
get
their
rid
record.
of. I mean, they get rid of the point guard. What's his name? You know what I'm talking about.
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons. Excuse me. Thank you. So they get rid of Ben Simmons. He holds it together through that big trade, and they get James Harden. And now, you know, they're in there. But Embiid has been the rock for him. He's kept it together. So Embiid, Jokic. So while we right here on the NBA, I want to just talk to you guys real quickly. How do you see? I'm gonna read the seeds off to you in the NBA right now, and let's just kind of delve into this real quickly. And this is gonna be like a preview. The show moving right along. So one moment here. So I'm looking at it at the standings right now. In the East, the Miami Heat #1. You got the Milwaukee Bucks 2, Boston surprisingly 3, Philly 4, Chicago 5. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the league. I'm looking at the conference. Hold on, I'm looking at the league. Sorry about that. Yeah, not in the league. I'm gonna go conference. There we go. So Chicago 5, Toronto 6, Cleveland Cavaliers 7, the Brooklyn Nets are 8, and the Charlotte Hornets at the 9th spot. So this year in the playoffs, it's what, 9? The playing games is for what? Is it for the 10-9 or 9-8?
It's for the 10-9.
10-9. So for the 10-9, that playing game could be real interesting because
It could almost come down to Cleveland. Cleveland might have to play in the game.
Yep. If we lose it, we lose a couple of them. Right now they're holding 7. But that 10-9 is Charlotte, Atlanta.
What's the score of them at the Knicks game right now?
So the score of the Cavs game with the Knicks, we're looking at we up 52-48.
Okay. I'm going to jump in here real quick. So Nokovic did win MVP back in 2021.
Oh, he did win it. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought he did.
back to back.
I thought he won it last year.
Yeah, he did.
Had to be corrected.
And James Harden won it in 18, on a Cooper 19-20. Yeah, he got 21. Wow.
And y'all got to understand, Jokic is doing this, and he got dudes that's hurt. Michael Porter, 7-footer, hurt. Out all year. Point guard, Murray, hurt. He had them last year. He doing it all by himself.
Yeah, that might be the case, man.
That's what
I'm just gonna say. Giannis is up on his bump. If you think he's the catalyst for the war, Giannis is up on his bumper right now.
You lose 2 of your best players, which he did with Murray and Porter, and he just playing with a bunch of regular dudes, and they still in the playoff hunt. That's what I think that the definition of MVP is. Now, unless y'all different.
What was that now? I'm sorry to jump back in late. What was you saying?
I was saying that Jokic, it has two of his running mates out. Big time running mates. He got Murray, he's out, and Michael Porter been out all year. And Murray been out all year.
Right.
He been and they still in the playoffs. Just from what he been doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my definition of an MVP is.
I agree.
That's just me.
Well, let's look at that West Conference real quick while we're talking. Just want to kind of look at that West to see how you guys have it coming down in the West. So you got Phoenix 1, the Memphis got the number 2 spot, like they clinched that. Golden State 3, Dallas 4, Utah 5, Denver 6, Timberwolves 7, Clippers. The Clippers slide back in at 8, and the Pelicans at 9, the Spurs at 10. So how y'all look? Who has the stronger? From what I say, who has a stronger conference? Where is the power?
That's a hard one, bro. That's a hard one.
Is it in the East?
The
West teams, they got the best record. So
say it again.
The Phoenix, I think, have the best record in the NBA.
That Western Conference is loaded. Even the Clippers is coming up, and they ain't had Paul George for 3 months, and they ain't had Kawhi all year. That just tell you how bad the Lakers is.
Yeah, I mean the Phoenix.
They ain't had Kawhi Leonard or Paul George, and they still gonna make the playoffs, and the Lakers ain't.
Well, Paul George just got back.
Yeah, he came back a couple days.
I know. He just came back this week.
And they've been
They ain't
right. They're not.
They're
in the playing game. So the Phoenix Suns, 62 wins, 15 losses. That's a hell of a year, man. What y'all got to say about the Suns and what their outlook looked like this year?
They was in the finals last year. I don't see why they wouldn't go back this year. But Memphis is my surprise team. Memphis, bro, they didn't won like 19, 20 games without Morant. That right there, man, is awesome, bro. I can't see them. They're gonna be tough, bro. Give them about a year or two.
Nice young team. 55.
If they can keep their team, they can keep their fabric of their team together. They're gonna be hard to stop them about a year or two, bro.
55 and 23. All right, let me keep going, fellas. Oh, I ain't gonna get through all of this. So we talked about the playoff. Let's go and look at today, right now. Let's not forget the women's Final Four was yesterday. Rkelz, can you kind of get us up to date on what was happening in there, please?
All right, let's get this down. We're going to go to the South Carolina Louisville game. And South Carolina pretty much took Louisville to the woodshed. Man, that game ended up 72-59. And it was not close. It came down. The young lady that won Player of the Year, Leah Boston, she was 23 points, 18 boards, 4 assists. So they had pretty decent balance scoring. The next score was Victoria Saxton. She had 10. Miss Henderson had 11, and Bree Hill 12, Isaiah Cook 10. So they got some pretty decent balance scoring. So they pretty much got taken to the woodshed. So then the next game is the Connecticut and NC State, which was a grinded out game. Connecticut pulled that out with 91-87 victory. And their big time score topped out with 21 points, 5 boards. Then the next highest, I'll take that back. Their top scorer was Paige Burks with 27 points, 6 rebounds. Next score, 21, 19, and 6. So the math of this game is you're able to take maybe one of them away, and no idea scoring and stepping up and filling in that board. Looks like South Carolina might walk away with a runaway this game. But
so you don't think Connecticut got a shot, man?
No. I told y'all last week, don't. I'm not rooting against Dawn Staley.
Okay.
South Carolina.
So South Carolina is the favorite. So that's going to be tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So I'm sure it's going to be on ESPN. I think the whole tournament been on there. So that's going to be must-see TV for sure.
If that's your championship, CBS is not picking that up.
So the national championship for the men's is not on CBS?
Yeah, it's on CBS. I'm talking about the women. If that's your championship game, why is CBS not picking it up?
I know it's on ESPN, right?
So ESPN, it's always on ESPN.
Yeah, the whole tournament was on ESPN.
Come on, man. You don't the man is on CBS. Come on, man. That's why the ladies get destroyed in the stick.
Why they got home games for number 1 seeds?
I agree with you. That's something needed to be done.
I think they whole new format I think their whole format need to be reconstructed.
Yeah, they do play. I think, like you said, that top seed play their first 2 games out. If they win, move on.
That is crazy. That boggles my mind.
Yeah,
So
I agree with you on that.
So I guess on this panel, we all in agreement that South Carolina will beat Connecticut, and the South Carolina Gamecocks women's lady basketball team will be the champions.
They really number 2.
But they still got to play the game.
Yeah.
Come on, UConn. Come on, UConn. They still got to play the game.
You're right.
All right. Moving right along, fellas.
Somebody can get for South Carolina. You never know.
All right. Well, we moving right along, fellas. Time is getting a little tight, not all the way, but we're going to try to get everything in. Let's get started on the Final Four. Starting at 6:09 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the Villanova Wildcats against the Kansas Jayhawks. Who will win this game and why? I'm starting with you, R. Kelly.
Well, I think Kansas Jayhawks running on that high tool right there. I don't think Villanova going to be able to keep it close, especially with losing a key player to an Achilles injury. I think Kansas is going to want to win that game probably between 12 and 15 points with no problem.
All right, Troy, who you got?
Villanova plays a really good team ball game. I mean, they are a cohesive bunch. They lost that player. That's going to be a problem. I'm rooting for Villanova. They're the underdog. But I think Kansas.
How's Villanova an underdog?
They got a player. They got a player out.
Okay. I like that monster. I like the monster in the middle for Kansas. I always kind of slam to the big man. He look like he's going to give them dudes a rough time. But this is a point guard game, as we already know.
I got Kansas.
Whoever point guard, but I got Kansas. Okay, cool. So we got Kansas. I got Kansas. Troy got Kansas. Who you got, Kelz?
I got Kansas.
All right. Moving on to the marquee matchup. And the marquee matchup will be at 8:49 tonight, Eastern Standard Time, as the number 2 Duke Blue Devils, 32-6 against the number 8 North Carolina Tar Heels, 28-9. I'm gonna start with you on this one, Troy. Who win this game and why?
I'm flagging it right now. Carolina will win because I hate Duke with a passion.
Okay, that's a good enough reason for Carolina to win because he hates Duke.
I hate Duke. Right. That's all you need to know.
That's all I need. That's all I'm gonna go with. All right, what about you there, Kelz? Who you got?
Man, look, I just hope Carolina can come out and handle business. I'm sure I can't stand Duke. I can't stand Coach K. They the preppies of the NCAA tournament. I can't stand them, and still mad for beating you would be back in the day when they should have back-to-back championship. But
okay, did he cheat UNLV in any way?
No, UNLV did it to himself.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. And you know what? I remember that back in the day, Kelz. You know, we all knew each other, Troy. We all was young back then.
Because Greg Anthony should have never gotten on to that game, and that's what took him down here because they didn't want to start to repeat because they thought he was playing everybody, which was anyway.
Well, listen,
Neil, I'm apologize to you. I'm gonna give you a real take. I can't just say I hate Duke, even though I do.
Okay.
Let
me hear it.
Of course, you know I'm a Carolina fan.
Of course.
Carolina got hot at the right time.
Okay.
I didn't think that they were going to even get this far. I didn't even root for. I bowed them out of the tournament in the second round, and it's my team.
All right.
They're playing cohesive defense.
Caught fire win.
They caught fire. They caught fire when they beat Duke on K's last game.
Okay. Yep.
Coach K's last game.
And then
this is personal too. Because not only because it's one of the best rivalries in sports, as we know, but they got mad Duke got mad at Carolina because we didn't give Coach K enough. I don't want to say it on the podcast. We didn't give him enough praise.
Okay.
In our arena.
I mean, they're saying y'all was borderline disrespectful, man.
They said we was disrespecting him. I don't know how.
Borderline.
The coaches wouldn't even. The coaches would.
Listen here, Kelly. It ain't his fault that Chris Webber thought he had that extra time out. Was that his fault?
Look, we ain't gotta go
I'm just asking you a question, man. I'm gonna ask you a question. You Michigan fans, y'all can't never let shit go. That's real talk, man. Y'all can't never let shit go, man.
Oh, that's
they had the special on TV the other day. Jalen Rose out there holding his hands out and shit. Like, why? I know why. Shit. And you know why UNLV couldn't beat them
Chris
either.
Webber and Jalen Rose, are they cool again, Bob? Did they kiss and make up?
Yeah.
They kissed and made up?
The icing on the cake.
Okay, because I thought there was a beef. I thought they was beefing for a long time.
They go back to Martin, because your boy Chris, was taking loot on the table, causing the debacle with all the sanctions and all that. Jake is upset about that. But, okay, that's a story for another.
But they cool now. Okay.
They somewhat. It ain't like it would be. Let's just put it that way.
Okay, because I was listening to a show and he was like shouting out Chris Webber last week. Saying his name and saying how proud he was to be representing when they was at the tournament and he was at the game and one of them they was at the game and I don't know, maybe they went back to the back and had some beers or something. I don't know. I thought they was beefing.
No, it was to a point they kind of got down, but it's still that's how you get all the way off. But back to the USC dude. Like I said, I ain't nobody coach walking in my motherfucking book. I don't care if you coach for 90 years. My crowd, we boo you. Hey, wait a minute, I can't appear. Ain't nobody going to join my stadium. So, hey, walking at door and get it and walk out. From there. But if you come in there and hold you, hey, you can get what you get.
Okay. Well, I think, no offense, Troy. I think we'll win this one, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you about that. I'm going to tell you.
Would you like to put a friendly wager on that?
Absolutely. I ain't never scared.
How much would you like to wager, friend?
We can put 20 on it.
Okay.
Coach K is like white Jesus walking down the street. I'm gonna let y'all know that, okay? And what North Carolina did to him after all he did for college basketball, gotta be fucking changed. Now you know what I'm saying too. There's no class. Hubert Davis got his ass kicked by Duke. Okay, that happened back then. Don't bring that. Don't put that on these young boys. They don't know nothing about it. Half these kids don't even give a damn about the rivalry nowadays. Okay, they just want to get the game over with, to get back out in the streets and start promoting themselves and shit. Okay, they don't give a damn about that fucking rivalry shit. It's us old people that give a fuck about it. Okay, that's all it is.
The records go out the window with this rivalry. I think Neil, if Duke wins, Neil, I'll cash app you that 20, no problem.
You will. You good for it.
If Carolina let that gremlin looking ass motherfucking coach beat them on the first stage,
don't do this to yourself.
Don't do this to yourself. To the final game.
That was the whole thing about the show the other day.
How
many teams has he done this to? How many?
I don't care as long as they don't do it to my team.
I'm going to tell you, I liked them running Rebels back in the day. I even liked the 5-5. I was an Ohio State fan. But it was just seemed like something when them guys went up to play Duke, they got out of the game plan. They tensed up. The running Rebels, look, Tarkanian used to let them get a little bit of cocaine between the halves. That's real talk. He did. I said, You know that. Yeah, that's why we all loved them. We knew they was crooked. We knew they was crooked. You know,
that was hilarious.
He out there nubbing, God rest his soul. He out there nubbing on that fucking towel and shit. That was a tick. He was fucked up too.
He had a cocaine towel.
Yeah, that was. He out there like this shit. Yeah, he was nervous though at the time.
I would have loved to play for UNLV.
Everybody
back
would
then.
have,
I don't care if I ever would have got the game. You in Las Vegas?
Okay, let's go back. I know we're running out of time. Let's just go way back. Put y'all thinking hats on. Let's go way back. Let's look at the lineup. And Kelz, you are LV freak. You a little Jerry Tarkanian. Compare that lineup to the Duke back in the day. I'm talking about who we had. Ogden. We had Larry Johnson.
Anderson Hunt.
Anthony.
Greg Anthony.
And that line, and they won that first championship.
Them dudes
What was the big man name? Didn't they have Eccles? What's his name? Eccles? Something like that. Big and man.
That was UNLV didn't have a bench. And I'm telling you,
nope. I can't even tell you who was on their bench.
How you don't have no bench to come in and sub for a couple minutes to give a little bit of extra win. That victim joke was tired, and then the referees got rid of Anthony Hunt and had to move forward to the point.
Okay.
And that's just when it just fell apart.
Okay. Well, let's fast forward. I mean, because everybody thought that UNLV was just gonna run them off the fucking court. Am I lying?
No, not.
And old boy changed that. Old boy slowed that game down, and Tarkanian got choked on one of them lint balls went down his throat. He got choked, had to rush him to the back. By the time they cleared his mouth out, when he came back, they down 20.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all the 1990 UNLV bench.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So Brian Emerson, Chris, Bobby Joyce, Dave Rice, Melvin H. Waldman, Melvin Love, who they got off the strip.
Hey, Melvin Love, he had the R&B single back in '94 called "Ghetto Love."
Some dude named H. Waldman, Travis Bice, Elmore Spencer.
Travis Bice played.
Elmore Spencer played.
Everett Gray, and here's the starting lineup: George Ackles, Greg Anthony, Anderson Hunt, Stacey Augman, Larry Johnson.
Yeah,
I don't remember nobody who came out that bench except
right.
Now go to Duke's lineup, Troy.
I'm already on it.
Let's hear it.
Hold on. Oh man, I lost it. Hold on.
All right, that's all good. I'll feel until you find it. But going back, huh?
Okay, here we go.
Right.
Okay.
So Duke's roster that game was Bobby Hurley, Grant Hill, Antonio Lane, Greg Kubek, Marty Clark, Kenny Blakeney.
There's some ballers right there.
I don't know like three of them dudes.
That's the bench to start.
Those are starters.
Who's coming off the bench? Leitner wasn't on there.
Leitner
Oh, okay.
That was like 88.
That's the 90-91 squad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said 88, but that was 90, yeah.
Yeah, man.
So to be honest with you, there was no reason, and to speak to your point, Neil. I don't know what kind of serum Coach K be putting in them. They should not have ever beat UNLV with them.
Hell no. They were supposed to get ran off the court. I want to know what the spread was on that game. It had to be over 10 points. UNLV was unstoppable.
I'm just going to say this. That's just one of the things where them jokers are party out. And then is the Mike Tyson contract. Party before you make it and get dealt with.
All right, man. We all did that.
My bad, bro. Christian Leitner was on that team.
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say he played center. All right, cool.
Christian Laettner was on that team, 90-91 team. Thomas Hill.
Thomas Hill.
He
was all right.
Tackles. I don't think he scored over 5 points. If he scored 5.
Yeah, Christian Laettner's on the team. My bad. I'm sorry.
All right, the last few before I turn it over to Kelly. We just want to kind of touch on about, and this is a social issue here, about the war in Ukraine. Today, I think they said they had a massacre today where I was listening to it. This time, remember last week we was talking, I said, this is the one war I really ain't seen. They really haven't shown anything. As soon as I say that, today they showing bodies in the streets. It's Ukraine has fought back from what I'm understanding, but now that just kind of ramped up Russia to be even more vicious. Just want to get y'all take on it. Any updates you want to share on the panel about the about the war? Go ahead, Troy.
Yeah, Ukraine, they just blew up one of their fuel centers or something like that. Some kind of fuel something, like a day or two ago.
Right.
And today is when they pretty much hit the button and said, okay, we going to let y'all know who y'all fucking with, I guess. And that's why we got the massacre today. Because Ukraine, which I didn't think they was going to do, they blew up one of Russia's fuel centers. There's a fuel deposit, something like that. Some kind of fuel center. I might be saying it wrong. Forgive me. I knew after they did that, they was going to come back. Russia's going to come back hard. And that's what happened, unfortunately.
Right.
So what do you we keep giving them money and giving them weapons, but we ain't really trying to stick our nose in it.
Right.
But
and that was the other part.
Eventually,
I think we have already, Troy. You know how we so slick. We went over there and showed them how to fight. We showed them how to use that. We showed them how to fly. You're right. And then they just waiting. So I guess right now we don't know how far this war is going to escalate. I'm fearful.
I think
that it's
Putin is asking us to stick our nose in it because he wants to have a reason.
Yeah, right.
If you know what I mean.
Right. And that's the scary thing right there,
which is very scary. He wants to have a reason. He's like, he's looking for a reason.
Right. Kelz, you got anything to say about that before I move on?
Yeah.
3 more minutes left.
So let's just say the day how to push through. So Okon is next up.
Right. Right. He already on the border.
And that's where it's going to get serious. Because Poland is Nathan and NATO, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, that's when the fight is going to get turned up about 5 notches. So they got to figure out, I don't know, special forces going in. Like I said, I know they come to involved in Ukraine. I don't know how they, military they're doing to take hits on certain areas. It's just, I think they just outmanaged. And I think once they roll through there and get to that post border, and that's when it's going to get turned up notches.
So, hey, as far as people I know a lot of times in situations like these, people get, it's scare tactics. I mean, everybody got a scare tactic. But this time I might have to take a little heed to it. Stock up some water, have some cash or something to barter. I ain't trying to get that deep, but who knows what may happen. All right, moving on. I want to do the draft preview, but we only got 3 minutes left. So I just want to ask you real quick, has anyone seen Morbius, the new movie Morbius that was released yesterday? Troy, have you seen that?
We actually got a time limit?
Not really, but I was trying to keep it at 2:30.
Because we was on the show 2.5 hours last week.
Okay. That is true. So because I got on late, man. That's why.
I didn't know we had a time limit.
No,
do we actually have a time limit? To be honest, I'm being 100% honest. Do we have a time limit?
No. Okay. What's the?
Okay.
So you want to talk about Morbius?
Yeah. I want to ask about Morbius first. Anybody seen it? Any anticipation? Anybody read any?
I haven't seen it.
Critics.
I heard critics on it, but it's great. So I had to move that sound in the highest behold. So as far as the comic book version with Morpheus, I still to this day can't figure out why they went that route to pick him up for the movie. He's not a big burner of a work. I mean, he had issues in the comic book world where he do his thing on certain platforms and he gone. But we'll have to revisit this because I try to see the movie within the next week. But I just think it's big and better content to go out there and pull to make a movie for the movie style more. And that's just my opinion.
Okay. Now, staying in the Marvel universe, they released a new 6 series limited series about this character by the name of Moonlight. I did get a chance to watch the first episode. I'll hold my response, but I'd like to hear what you guys got to say. You go ahead first, Troy.
I haven't watched it, but I did see it on Disney Plus. What do you think? What did you think about the first episode? But don't give away any spoilers. Don't give away any spoilers.
I ain't gonna tell you, but I think the acting for once, the cinematography, how Marvel make their series look like the movies almost on certain series, or pretty much all of them I've seen. I think they killing the game in that right there. I think
DC, man, they killing DC right now, bro.
I mean, man, and then the way they introduce new characters like this one, without giving it away, I like where they come from. I like where the origins of the story is coming from. I think it's going to be. I really think it's going to be pretty big for them. Just by watching just the first episode.
Bob, you ain't seen Moonlight, right?
No, I'll check it out today. I'm really intrigued to see how they going to that one. Like I said, I was a 20-foot selector, and once again, he's one of the ones that kind of like, he's out there, but he's not a big figure. So I'm interested to see how they build his storylines and take it from there. So I'm gonna check it out today as soon as we show up. That's the first thing I'm going to.
Right on. Well, fellas, thank y'all, man. That was a good hour and some change on these topics. I think we touched everything except for the NFL draft preview, so we can look at that real quick. Let's go to the NFL since we got time.
We got time, bro.
Look at some mock drafts here.
Hey, I got time until 6:45 when that damn Final Four start. I'm good. I don't care. We up in here till 6 o'clock, which I know we won't.
So I'm trying to find a mock draft. But looking at the receivers in this draft, who do y'all guys have as the top 5?
Top 5 receivers?
Yes.
Ooh.
The boy from USC won. Jameson, Alabama. Michi, Alabama. Wilson, Ohio State. And what's the other running mate?
Olave.
Them top 5 for me.
And you're pretty damn close because according to ESPN, this is what they have. Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Treylon Burks, and Jameson Williams from Alabama. Who you got, Kelly?
Where Mechie at on it? Where Mechie at?
Who?
Michi, the Alabama wide receiver. Michi, where he at?
Oh, they ain't got him on there.
Oh.
According to ESPN now, they may change.
All right, well, the receivers they got listed right now, they got Wilson going to be the first to go off the board. Then after that, they got Jameson Wilson from Alabama. Then they got London out of USC. So they saying those are the top 3. Then they got the boy from Arkansas. That's a big topic. Now he kind of give me in a friend Jay Green. A big receiver. So they got him to become 1-4. But after that, I mean, I don't know. That receiver spot is kind of rough because you got a lot of veterans that's still on that waiver wire. So it depends on what you want. If you want somebody that's come in that's already salt and pepper, or you got somebody come, you got to cut the morning cookie
Right.
So you decide where you're going to go.
Hey, Bob, I got a question for you. I'm going back and forth watching your little maize and blue game.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to be your quarterback?
Uh-oh.
It's going to be, what's my answer last year?
Because they got this dude out. They got this black dude out here throwing it.
See, I'm not. Let me see. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Hold on. Log in. We can take a peek at what you look at. Right now,
It's off now. It's done now.
you're in the drivers. They got to keep the Texas Tech. That's also going to be kind of nice for since J.J. McCarthy went down to his shoulder. So it's going to be hard to say, but I think they can go to roll the dice they had back last year. Where she and glad that he just ain't got that good ball. His ball's always put short, away, but he's a good man. So if they flood games, then you may have to go a different route. Then the thing I'm not like, if they do, but it's tossing back and forth with the quarterback. That's my can't stand. You stick with one and roll.
So what you think they're going to do next year?
Yeah, but you still ain't answered the question.
For the starter,
pray. Yeah. Just say pray. Pray.
No. I can't see his name at the moment. His name is saving me because I wasn't sure to jump in on that. But it's going to be not McCarthy. I got to see his name at the moment. And it's slipping my mind now. It's going to be the starter next one.
You know who I think it's going to be? I think your coach is so fucking crazy. He's going to go back there and dress up as a quarterback and have an imposter holding the clipboard. And he's going to die in a Michigan uniform.
I think he want to put Colin. I think he want to put Colin Kaepernick back there. He at the game right now.
Man, he keep talking Colin like, man, I don't know if I got a year. Well, maybe I do got a year.
Maybe he's trying to get Colin Kaepernick.
No, he was a special guest speaker at the school today. But Colin, he needs to go to the USFL. He's seriously trying to make his way back to the league. He need to get in that USFL and great startup.
He won't do it, though. He won't do it. He won't do that. He won't do that.
You need.
I agree with you, Bob. You just know he ain't gonna do that because he think that's beneath him.
That's it, right. It's a step down. He's big on that. I'm an NFL quarterback.
I don't know why he would want to back in. He won the suit. He won. Bob. I mean, I can't tell him not to want to, continue his craft. None of them owners is going to take a chance. And none of them owners is going to be that owner to be like, okay, I'll take you. Nobody's going to do that. Unfortunately.
That's the only way he'll get it out. If anybody's fooling him, because he got to go out and move it. Just sit back there in your boxer shorts and tighty white on the ball. That ain't going to. You got to see him under pressure, rolling out, and throwing the ball down.
And it's sad, too, because he's better than probably 75% of the backups in the league right now. I can't tell you some of the backups that's in the league. I don't know who they are. I literally, I don't know who a lot of the backups. I know Cleveland got Jacoby Brissett as a backup.
Right.
And he probably going to be their starter for 6 games.
Right.
And I can't name a lot of the other backups. I really can't, except Bridgewater is in Miami. I know he'll back up, and he'll probably be starting soon because with the squad they got. Can y'all name any of the other backup quarterbacks?
No.
Case Keenum, I don't know where he at.
The quarterback is going to be Cade McNamara, who played did a decent job. He's just been 3 weeks the whole season, so we'll see that. But the starting, I mean, as far as back in, you roll the dice on that. Because I wouldn't keep Baker Mayfield. So
leave Baker Mayfield alone, dog.
Well, you keep it.
No, he got to go.
Baker Mayfield's not leaving that squad until they cut him. They're not going. Nobody wants him.
Well, until somebody get hurt.
Nobody wants Baker Mayfield right now.
They're back there,
Huh?
don't they have the back there now?
I ain't hear you.
Don't they have the back there?
Brissett, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but said,
Yeah.
Yeah, he out there, man. He out there.
well, yeah. Well, I mean, he got too much ego to sit in a room with somebody who just took his job. So I'm sure that he ain't gonna be nowhere near that room.
Well,
Coach,
yeah, well,
Coach already. I mean, Stefanski already said he's like, we ready for Brissett to play just in case. Basically, Brissett was insurance because they're not gonna put Baker out there.
out there to
Period.
the game. Your boy,
Which they should.
yeah, unfortunately, he's gonna have to still disagree on it. But
I mean, what they gonna do, man? I mean, why we don't have to give them up? You know what I'm saying? If somebody pick up that contract, they can have him. But
He don't want to be there though.
Hey, too damn bad.
He don't want to be there. His love letter was enough to say that I don't want to be here.
Well, and he was so stupid for putting that in, bro.
He was,
I'm telling you, his wife.
or his,
I mean, it did
or his agent.
it did nothing for him. Nothing.
It made him look worse.
Made him look worse. And
It made him look like a
the
bigoted
owner,
bitch.
and then the owner Jimmy Haslam said we're looking for an adult quarterback. So
Who's Lamar Jackson's backup?
oh yeah, that one guy.
The little black guy. What was his name?
Yeah. I can't think of his name, man.
Exactly.
Willie Reed.
Who's Burrow's backup? Who's Burrow's backup, Bob?
Sonny McCummer.
The only backups we know in that division is going to be Pittsburgh's backups because they got Trubisky, they got Haskins, and they got what's the other dude's name? Dude who hit old boy who got hit upside his head with the Rudolph.
Yeah.
Those are the only backups I actually know in that division. I don't know anybody else's backup except Cleveland. And that's because, oh boy, did Garrett hit him upside the head with the helmet?
Man, damn near tried. Thank God he didn't. Thank God he didn't. He would not be in the end. If he had it connected, I said this, dog. If he had it connected, he would not be in the NFL today. He'd be in prison.
Yeah, because that's the thought. Again, going back to
if he had hit that food that he would have snapped his neck and killed him.
No, just go put your clothes on.
And the question about the Bengals backup is looking like it's Brandon Allen.
Who?
Nothing to give you on this.
Brandon Johnson?
He's throwing for 1,500 yards and 10 touchdowns in 6 picks.
Wow, what a guy.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Haskins as the backup.
That dude got Randolph Johnson.
Randolph Johnson.
Hey, but I want to say, man, the Chicago Bears. Let's talk about them.
Long season, Bears. Long season. Long season. Because then y'all gave up a key receiver, correct?
Say it again.
Gone.
Yeah,
Robinson's in LA.
Right. Ooh, what a team.
Oh.
They bought another Super Bowl. Unless
The only wide receiver we got is Moody, and they're going to try to build from the draft, and they need to get their offensive line straight.
What pick?
It's going to be a long season.
What pick?
They should have the fourth or fifth pick. I'll tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now. They need to get a receiver.
A receiver.
Shit, he got to throw somebody the ball. Well, they just got rid of their linebacker too, so they need some defense. They need everything, bro.
Well, dude, I'm going to say this: if your line is fair, you better get your line that taped up first before you make any other moves. So the receiver, you ain't got to get in the ball. Then what's the point?
My bad. The Bears don't even have a first round. The Bears don't even have a first round pick.
Oh,
they got a second round pick. They got 2 second round picks, a third round pick, 2 fifth round picks, and a 6th round pick. So we'll be back in the lottery next year.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's gonna be shit.
Yeah, they're terrible.
That's rough.
They're terrible. They're terrible.
All right, fellas. So
go ahead, Ron Burgundy. What you got?
Yeah, I'm about to say that's all I had.
All right, well, this got one quick one. All right. Well, we got a student. Let's see. What's the young lady name if I can find it? So she got the president's bank account from federal student aid assistance. She got deposited $1 million for a couple of days.
Oh my goodness!
So she decided, I'm going to right the first shopping spree. So she was spending over $1,500 daily. That never. So in return, once all is said and done, she got arrested, going to prison for 5 to 6 years for stealing the biggest ever. And her in college was a kid.
Amazing.
People crazy.
I mean, could you have done this young lady your taxes within 3 to 5 years from the audit? We got 2022 and 2023. Yeah, you got a certain amount of money that's not yours.
That's terrible.
So we go to the call your local tax defender and get representation.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
that's terrible, bro.
I mean, you money ain't yours. Now, if you don't, my thing is, if you want to come to the market, go to your bank account, tell them I'm cash, now, flee the country.
Mm-hmm.
Flee the country. But you said your debit card for long, and you just swipe.
You just giving everybody records of where you at.
Yeah. Cash money out, tell them I want to get my double bag, pick up all my money in return. And that's what you want to say. But as you put these young folks ain't got a little sense of common sense to get them over the deal. So she in jail for I think 5 to 6 years, but still a federal felon. And that's all that's on birth news alert for this. Oh, I take it back. I do got this before. And Troy, you get to this one. All right. Let's say you got a and your dog is basically a frisky little stuff. And he likes to stay on your leg and do this stuff.
Oh.
He has a couple that labor this dog is being paid. So they sit down the local town. We're not having this in our household. So I get y'all thoughts on that.
I think these owners are a little dumb, man. I mean, real talk. I know you can't make this up. I know you can't make that up either, man. I know you can't make that up.
No, I'm not.
Hey, they said,
but I'm not surprised, man.
They was like, we don't want the dog. We think the dog is gay.
Yeah, the dog is gay.
Because he wouldn't hump on their leg.
So hump on their leg. So Uncle Ben's sitting on the side. They got to look out here. They come the little puppy just strapping on Uncle Ben's leg. He's going away. So they let him. He only has his eyes on the male community. So they with Mr. Gay.
I've heard it all.
Hey, speaking of gay, did y'all watch that Gerard Carmichael episode stand up?
No.
Yeah. Check that out.
Oh, what? Netflix?
It's on HBO. It's HBO Max right now.
Gerard, what's his name?
Gerard Carmichael. Remember he had the show, Gerard Carmichael?
I know I've seen him.
You talking about
Remember that he had the NBC show?
Oh, okay.
He what?
David Allen, this is Dan.
Yeah.
The Carmichael show.
The
Oh,
Carmichael show.
That was the show, man.
He got a stand up. He got a stand up on HBO where he came out.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. It's actually pretty good.
Okay.
It's funny.
Well, like I always say, each is on. If they're bad, we're on with it. But
I agree.
fellas, gonna say wow Saturday. Everybody did their thing, and once again, I'm always
Good job,
saying
Neil.
it's from a fan's perspective. Don't get upset. Don't be mad because we ain't here to hurt somebody's feelings.
Neil,
So
send me your cash app.
For joining us today for Sports Wine and Brew. Have a good weekend, and hope all your fantasies in the sports world come true.
Yes. All right, dog. Hey, y'all have a great week. Good luck to everybody.
All right, man. We'll be next week. We'll be talking about the champions of the NCAA and men's and women's bracket. So, Troy, I know you're going to get up the beans for the game stuff. So make sure you're a good player. I think it's going to come down to the last possession in that game because the refs are already in the people, and you know who's in pocket. And it ain't your personal. Put your personal Hubert Davis.
Yeah, Hubert Davis.
Yeah, it ain't in his back pocket. So he going to have to coach the man.
Well, the series was split. The series was split in the season, so this is just the best out of three. They just got to take it.
But I'm telling you, the refs are going to be staying towards the Blue Devils.
Yeah, because they want to see Coach K in the final game of his last season. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Well, fellas,
that's why they got to come out and they can't let nothing down. They can't get no big leads like they did in Baylor and give it up. They got to step on the neck. They just like they did in St. Peter's. They just got to step on their neck and keep going. Yeah. It's gonna be hard against Duke though, because Duke got some ballers.
All right, we'll be up, buddy. I got you, man. Put your cash up on there too, Troy, so I can get you straight.
All right. Have a good weekend and appreciate y'all as always.
All right, y'all.
All right. Neil, hold on.
All right, dog. Man,